Okay, so I'm busy here working. His main thing that is very young guy, actually, he's only 21. He says his main thing that he's frustrated with is that he feels like he's plateaued over time. So we talked and he took me through how he's been training, how he's been eating, etc. And look, he's not far off. He's got a good structure going. But the one thing I mentioned to him is that he might not be eating as much as he thinks he is. So, because I asked him, is he tracking his meals? He said, not really, but he's eating a lot. So, that's the one thing a lot of people actually think. They always think that they are eating enough, only to find out they're not eating as much as they should be. So, I went over his sign up form now and went through his current diet. So he's very structured guy, so it was easy to put his data in and see how much he's getting in. And only to find out he's been eating a little over 500 calories below his maintenance. So a basic foundational plan here that I'll just modify according to his strengths and weaknesses. So it's a typical push-pull legs, but I've swapped out the order to put legs in the beginning of the week, and then the rest of the body parts as it goes, so that he's the strongest on the Monday, so that he can push with maximal effort there. And then I'm just going to modify the workout according to, again, the main areas that he wants to improve upon, and then also the equipment that he has in his gym, because all gyms aren't the same. So I need to tailor the program such that it fits his gym and then also his schedule, and so hopefully we can get him improving again. So yeah, let's get it going. All right, folks, so today we're doing a push day again. There was a video. My first push day video is my first push day of the week, so I had it short this one. So now that we're done with some admin, we finished all our morning clients. I've only got one more client this evening, so I'm gonna hit this push day. This is push day B for B. Again, chest, shoulders, tricep. That's a little bit of variation from the previous one you've seen. So let's finish up this warm-up. I've already done my first set of the warm-up. Now we're going to do the second set of the warm-up. This is the capsule warm-up, and we're going to hit some cable flies. Okay, so the capsule warm-up is a 4-movement warm-up. Each movement 15 reps. So in total, we'll be hitting about 60 reps. It's 15 times 4. So yeah, so the first movement is like a reverse Arnold press, because you're twisting inwards. So just to get those shoulders nice and warm. 3. Alright, so that first movement, because of that twist at the top, it gets a little bit of your pecs involved as well, which is obviously good since it is a push day. We are doing a little bit of chest, so you're warming up all basically your push muscle. So the next one goes like this. So this one goes into your rotator cuffs very well, opens them up very nicely, and a little bit of a side delt as well. So a cue my coach gave me for this one, especially although I used to do it very wrong, is always go scapular range. Similar when you do side lateral raises, will always be in the scapular range to make sure you're hitting the right area. So this one is just a twisting movement, also to get some lubrication and warmth in those rotator cuffs, those shoulder joints, get everything nice and warm for the pushing that's to come. The last one. All right, folks. So first movement of the push day after the warm-up is your incline cable flies. I'm at a 45-degree incline on the bench here, working on that upper shelf as we want to increase the chest thickness from the front and the side. So the nice thing about doing the flies in the cables, again, as I always mention with all cable movements, constant tension, right down from the stretch all the way to the peak contraction. You don't lose tension at any point of the movement. Unlike with dumbbells, usually at the top you would lose the tension on the muscle. You'll sit more on the joints, especially on the elbows if you would like to extend your arms to the top. But you'll get more stretch around there, then you start feeling now the connection with the muscle right down all the way to the stretch. So I enjoy this one way more because of that, and I feel like with the cables I'm able to execute the purpose of a fly movement better than I do with a dumbbell. I feel like with a dumbbell it's either too light or too heavy. I never find a good medium with the dumbbell where I feel like I connect with this exercise. But with the cables, whether light, whether heavy, I feel I connect with this exercise very, very well. So I did 2 feeler sets in here just to find my bench positioning, find my handling and all of that. So yeah, I'm gonna take you through, probably gonna just record my pullback set as I just did to my 2 working sets. So yeah, let's get it, guys. Oh, let's get it, boy. Oh. 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 I don't know if you guys have seen in these new gyms, there's this nice incline fly machine similar to the pec deck. There's the same type of handles, just the bench that are inclined, and it keeps you in that arc shape throughout. Like my coach once told me before, like you want to imagine hugging a barrel, so you want to keep the circumference or the radius, I should say, of your arc the same throughout the range of the motion. So those machines work really well to make sure you get the most out of your fly movement. It keeps you in check. You can't do the form wrong on those machines. Definitely would be a nice to have for sure, but the cables will do for now, and they definitely do the job. Ooh, let's move on to the next one. Next up, the incline strength machine press. This is my first working set. So incline today is a 15 to 30. So I chose the 30 because I don't want to be completely flat. Because we do a flat variation of a press on the push day A on the Mondays, which was on the flat bench dumbbell press on the last push video. Show AB. And then we did a 45-degree variation of the incline on the Smith on the Monday push again, the last push day video we did. So this one is basically somewhere in the middle. So I went for the 30 degrees, still a nice incline to get enough activation there on the upper shelf. Is want that thickness, like that Phil Heath shelf, you know. So let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. It's always a struggle to get the Smith machine right, but I think we got it right. It's time to just push. That was a good one. Alright peeps, so next up, lateral raises, dumbbells. So the key here, stay in the scapular range to make sure you isolate nicely those side laterals. So get that nice cap shoulders in your front shots, and also get some nice thickness on the side shots. So again, make sure scapular range, control the eccentrics at all times. Right, peeps, next exercise after lateral raises, we're doing the dumbbell version of the high incline, 45 degrees. That's my top set, 40 kilos. I top out at 40 on the high incline, and I top out at 42.5 on the flat bench. So it's getting there, We're getting stronger, we're getting bigger. Very happy with the condition that we've mastered in this peak of season. I've never had such good condition at this heavy weight. Last check-in, I had dropped a little bit to 1K because I missed quite a number of meals the week that I was sick. Some weight did drop off a bit. I lost about a kilo, sitting at 110 on my last check-in, but I'm sure it's on the way back up now. But we'll see in the next check-in on the Sunday. So let's get this top set, pushing for about 8 reps. No. Oh. Easy. Hey, how you doing? You good? All good, all good. Alright, so next up, cross body, single arm cable, tricep extension. So what I try to do on this one, I twist slightly away from the machine because I get that full stretch at the top of the movement. Get a nice extension at the bottom. Again, we're focusing on the inner head, so we get that nice tricep hang over there. And we do a double bicep from the front and the back. So that's what we're trying to focus on with this movement. So let's get it. So instead of standing straight on, I get a slight twist, as you can see. The moment I do that, without even moving my arm, I can feel the stretch already in my tricep. I just grab on the machine for leverage, then we push down to cross body. Showboard. No. So what I just did there is a rest pause. So basically, I go to my rep range, rest for 15 seconds, and then go again on the same muscle, same weight until failure. So I got in about 20 in total on that one. Very, very nice intensifier to finish off this tricep move. Alright, finishing movement, seated cable flies. We did the same one on the last push day. So yeah, this is a nice way to finish off the push day. Nice way to finish off the chest. So yeah, not much to say about this one. Explained in depth why and how to execute the exercise. So yeah, just a brief again. Make sure you get it nice straight to the back. Full contraction at the top. Okay, that's the main thing. Shoulder height on the cable, similarly to the pec deck machine. Let's get it going. All right, guys. Post workouts. Finally, that was a solid push day. Enjoyed it. Everything just went smoothly. No hiccups. No injury scares. Everything was just spot on. Strong as ever. So very good session. And post workout meal, as you know, my cereal, Rice Krispies with whey, and there's added rice cakes this time around. Yeah. With some honey. I'll just have this later as dessert to this meal. As if the meal itself doesn't seem like it's dessert. But anyway. One thing I want to touch on before I close this one. A lot of people always ask me or ask us as bodybuilders, like, why, how do we manage to eat the same thing throughout, like repeatedly, and not get bored? Look, the main thing with us, or with me, let me talk about me. Let me not assume how other people how can I put it? Let me not assume how other people approach this. So for me, it's not about the taste, more about the function. But that being said, when I started off my coaching journey, I started off with just purely nutrition. I did nutrition on its own as a separate certification before I did my personal training. And my objective in doing that was to dispel the notion that healthy eating or eating for bodybuilding or whatever weight loss needs to be bland and boring. When I started out, I wanted to make sure that I understand nutrition as best as I can because I feel that's the foundation for everything. So if you get that right, I feel like everything else will fall into place on its own. I mean, a lot of people know how to train. A lot of people have the motivation to train. A lot of people are not lazy to go to the gym. You find people that are very consistent in the gym, but not getting results because they lack in their nutrition. So by dispelling that and making the nutrition side very enjoyable, I was trying to show that you can still get results and still enjoy the pleasures of eating, but still eating healthy. And honestly, these days, with so many low-calorie alternatives to everything, there's really no excuse to have bland or dry food and not be able to lose weight or not be able to eat healthily. There's so many options out there these days. It's not so difficult anymore, especially now in South Africa. It used to be a lot in overseas countries like Europe and the States, but now all these things are available this side as well. So there's absolutely no excuse whatsoever. So my mission was to dispel that. And it was very good, like starting out. Like a lot of people, when I started, like they'll ask me, "Yo, Avio, there's so much food. These meals are so good. Are you sure I'm gonna lose weight eating like this?" And sure enough, they all got their results. Eating like that and actually enjoying their food and eating the same thing every day. Just a few alternatives here and there. Yeah, because then I was just focusing on nutrition. I'll give people like 3 to 4 options of meal plans for them to alternate with. But as long as they stick with the same option for a full day, and stick to the calories given on that option, they all got their results. So there's absolutely no reason these days to not be able to eat healthy, and it's not as expensive as people make it out to be. So yeah, man, let me close this off. Gonna finish this meal now. Get in touch with some admin. Finish off uploading this new client. Waiting for my last one-on-one client here in the gym. And yeah, it's been a good one. We'll be back soon, peeps. Take care.